Okay, folks, gather round. We're about to embark on a journey through the heart and soul of Canada. Let's talk about Canada, eh? The land of endless forests, majestic mountains, and the friendliest people you'll ever meet. Land of the maple syrup, the moose, and the beaver. Yes, the beaver, our national symbol of industriousness and determination, and the unwavering belief that we're living in the best country on earth. We carry our maple leaf with pride, whether it's on our backpacks or our passports. Don't get me wrong, I love Canada. It's home. It's where we gather for family picnics, enjoy the great outdoors, and cherish the simple pleasures of life. But even I have to admit, sometimes our national pride can be a tad delusional. We endure harsh winters and unpredictable weather, yet we still find reasons to celebrate. We're a funny bunch, us Canadians. We find humor in the little things, and our sense of community is unmatched. We'll apologize for the weather, even though we have no control over it. It's just in our nature to be polite. For the line at Tim Hortons, our beloved coffee chain, where we gather for a double-double and a chat. Even for bumping into you on the street, even if it was totally your fault. Our apologies are as Canadian as hockey and poutine. We boast about our free healthcare, a point of pride for many Canadians, and our social safety net, which ensures that everyone is taken care of, from the young to the elderly, conveniently forgetting about our sky-high taxes, which fund these services, and the fact that good luck getting an appointment with a specialist before 2027. Our healthcare system, while admirable, has its flaws. But hey, that's part of our charm, right? We embrace our imperfections and make the best of what we have. We're a nation of contradictions, living in a perpetual state of, how's it going, eh? We balance our pride with a healthy dose of self-deprecation. We complain about the government, the price of gas, and the state of our infrastructure. The Leafs' inability to win the Stanley Cup since 1967, a sore spot for many hockey fans. But we wouldn't have it any other way. Hockey is in our blood, and we cherish every moment on the ice. Because despite all our grumbling deep down, we know we've got it pretty good. Our summers are short but sweet, and we make the most of every sunny day. So buckle up, buttercups, as we take a hilarious and slightly self-deprecating journey through the great Canadian delusion. Our comedy scene is thriving, and we love to laugh at ourselves. Get ready to laugh at ourselves, eh? Because if we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at? Our sense of humor is what keeps us grounded. Because if we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at? Gather round the bonfire, share stories, and enjoy the warmth of friendship.
And there you have it, folks. The essence of Canada, captured in moments of laughter, pride, and togetherness. The quintessential Canadian experience, wrapped up in a warm, fuzzy blanket of self-awareness. From ice skating on frozen lakes to drizzling maple syrup on pancakes, it's the little things that make Canada truly special.
Now let's talk about Canadian politeness. It's legendary, right? I mean, it's practically a national pastime. We're the country that's known for being overly polite, almost to a fault. We're known around the world for our pleases and thank yous, and it's not just a stereotype. It's ingrained in us from a young age. You can't walk down a street without hearing someone say, "Oh, sorry," even if they haven't done anything wrong. Our ability to form an orderly queue at the mere suggestion of a line is almost an art form. It's like we have an internal radar that detects when a line is about to form, and we just instinctively fall into place. And our uncanny talent for apologizing for things that are entirely not our fault? Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We apologize when someone else bumps into us, when we're late because of traffic, and even when the weather is bad. It's like we've taken on the responsibility for the universe's mishaps.
But let me tell you, folks, sometimes this whole politeness thing can be a bit of a charade. It's not always as genuine as it seems. Beneath that polite exterior, there's often a simmering pot of frustration and annoyance. Especially when you're crammed into a crowded subway car during rush hour. That's when the cracks in our polite facade really start to show. It's like a pressure cooker, and all that pent-up politeness can't hold back the steam forever.
Suddenly, those polite Canadians you know and love transform into elbow-throwing, backpack-swinging, personal space-invading commuters from hell. It's like a scene from a survival movie, where only the strongest and most determined make it out unscathed. I've seen it a million times. You're packed in there like sardines, sweat dripping down your back, and some guy in a business suit accidentally steps on your foot. It's a jungle out there, and everyone's just trying to make it to their destination in one piece. Do you think he apologizes? Not a chance. In that moment, all the politeness goes out the window. It's every person for themselves. He just gives you that blank 1,000-yard stare that says, "This is the subway, buddy. Get used to it." It's like an unspoken understanding that in the chaos of public transit, all bets are off.
And then there's the passive-aggressive politeness. Oh, that's a whole other level. It's like we've mastered the art of being polite while simultaneously expressing our annoyance. You know what I'm talking about? The "oh, sorry, were you about to get on the elevator?" When they clearly see you standing there, but they just can't be bothered to hold the door for 2 more seconds. It's like a polite way of saying, "I see you, but I'm not going to inconvenience myself for you."
Or the classic no after you dance at the grocery store checkout, where everyone pretends they're in no hurry when in reality, they've got a hot date with a bag of milk that's about to expire. It's a delicate balance of maintaining politeness while trying to get on with your day.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate a good please and thank you as much as the next Canadian. It's a part of our culture that I'm proud of. It's what makes us who we are. But let's not kid ourselves, folks. Sometimes that Canadian politeness is just a thin veneer covering up our true, slightly more irritable selves, especially when we're hangry. Because let's face it, even the politest person can lose their cool when they're running on empty and just need to get home for dinner.
One of the biggest delusions we Canadians cling to is that we live in the safest country on earth. We leave our doors unlocked, our bikes unattended, and our trust in strangers at an all-time high. And for the most part, we're right. Canada is a relatively safe and peaceful place to live. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, eh? Because even in the Great White North, bad things can happen.
We've got our fair share of crime, from petty theft to more serious offenses. I mean, have you ever been to a music festival and not had someone try to steal your phone from your back pocket? It's practically a rite of passage.
And don't even get me started on the scams. Phone scams, internet scams, door-to-door scams, you name it, we've got it. I swear my grandma gets a call a week from someone claiming to be from the government, telling her she owes them money or they'll throw her in jail. And the worst part? Sometimes people actually fall for it.
Look, I'm not saying we need to start living in fear and barricading ourselves in our homes, but let's not pretend that Canada is some kind of crime-free utopia. We've got our fair share of problems, just like any other country. But hey, at least we're polite about it, right? From the splendor of autumn leaves to the creation of the telephone, Canadians will eagerly remind you of their contributions to the world.
Did you know we have the most stunning fall colors? Nowhere else compares.
And we invented the telephone. Bell was Canadian after all.
Holding up a burger. And did you know we also invented the burger?
I thought that was an American thing.
Nope, we just let them think they did.
Yes, despite the occasional bad metro service, unsafety, robberies, scam calls, and challenging weather, Canadians remain proudly oblivious. They hold an unwavering belief in the magnificence of their nation, convinced that the world revolves around their snowy paradise.
Looking at the camera. Because let's face it, Canada is the greatest place on earth, eh?
And who are we to argue with that? Chuckles. Only in Canada, eh?
Ah, winter in Canada, the most wonderful time of the year. Or is it? We Canadians love to brag about our ability to survive, and even thrive, in sub-zero temperatures. We wear our winter boots and parkas like badges of honor, regaling anyone who will listen with tales of our snow-shoveling prowess and our mastery of the art of driving on black ice. It's almost a rite of passage, a testament to our resilience and fortitude. We take pride in our ability to endure the harshest of winters, often sharing stories of our childhood spent building snow forts and having snowball fights that lasted for hours. The camaraderie that comes with facing the elements together is something uniquely Canadian.
But let's be real, folks. Winter can be brutal. The bone-chilling cold, the endless shoveling, the slush that seems to magically appear everywhere. It can wear even the most die-hard Canuck down. The constant battle against the elements can be exhausting. The early mornings spent scraping ice off windshields, the evenings spent shoveling driveways, and the ever-present threat of frostbite can make even the most enthusiastic winter lover long for a break. And let's not forget the toll it takes on our vehicles, with salt and sand wreaking havoc on our cars' undercarriages.
And don't even get me started on the winter driving. Trying to navigate a snowstorm in rush hour is like trying to herd cats while blindfolded and riding a unicycle. It's not pretty. The roads become treacherous, and the visibility can drop to almost nothing in a matter of minutes. It's a test of nerves and skill, requiring a level of concentration that can be mentally draining. The constant vigilance needed to avoid black ice, the frustration of getting stuck behind a snowplow, and the anxiety of potentially sliding into a ditch are all part of the winter driving experience.
And just when you think you can't take another minute of winter's icy grip, spring arrives. Except, not really. More like a brief tease of warmer weather, followed by a few weeks of unpredictable temperature swings that leave you wondering if you should wear shorts or a snowsuit. The transition from winter to spring is often a roller coaster of weather patterns. One day you might be basking in the warmth of the sun, and the next, you're digging out your winter coat again. It's a season of hope and frustration, as we eagerly await the consistent warmth that seems just out of reach.
Then, before you know it, it's summer. 2 glorious months of sunshine and heat. Unless you live on the coast, where you're more likely to experience fog and drizzle than actual sunshine. Summer in Canada is a time of celebration, with festivals, barbecues, and trips to the cottage. It's a time to soak up the sun, enjoy the long days, and make the most of the short but sweet season. However, the coastal regions often miss out on the full summer experience, with the persistent fog and drizzle dampening the spirits of even the most optimistic sunseekers.
And then, just as quickly as it arrived, summer is gone, and we're plunged into fall. A beautiful time of year with its vibrant colors and crisp air, until you realize that winter is just around the corner, waiting to unleash its icy fury once again. Fall is a season of transition, a time to enjoy the beauty of nature's changing palette. The leaves turn brilliant shades of red, orange, and yellow, creating a stunning backdrop for outdoor activities. But there's always that underlying sense of urgency, knowing that the days are getting shorter and the temperatures are dropping, signaling the inevitable return of winter.
So yeah, we Canadians like to think we're a hardy bunch, built to withstand whatever Mother Nature throws our way. But let's be honest, sometimes we just want to say screw it and hibernate until spring, or at least until the May-long weekend. The constant cycle of preparing for and enduring winter can be exhausting. The thought of escaping to a warmer climate, even if just for a short while, is a tempting fantasy for many. But despite the challenges, there's a sense of pride in knowing that we've made it through another winter, ready to face whatever comes next.
And there you have it, the full cycle of Canadian seasons, each one a new adventure in our ongoing saga of survival and polite complaints. Each season brings its own set of challenges and joys, shaping our lives and our communities. From the icy grip of winter to the fleeting warmth of summer, we navigate the ever-changing landscape with resilience and a touch of humor. It's a testament to the Canadian spirit, a blend of endurance, adaptability, and an unwavering sense of camaraderie. So whether we're shoveling snow, basking in the sun, or marveling at the fall foliage, we embrace each season with a mix of grumbling and gratitude, knowing that it's all part of the unique experience of living in this vast and diverse country.